Let me share a little bit about the patterns that we see over time in terms of the friendships that we have. So in our 20s, we see that most people develop friendships by proximity, meaning the people that are closest to them physically around them. So this could be like in your school, you develop those friendships in work. That may be where you have most of your friends. And someone who moves in their 20s is more likely to seek out new friendships versus someone who has stayed in the same place for a while. They tend to stick to the friends they have. In your 30s, you start to experience life changes, whether that's getting married or settling down with someone or having kids. And so a lot of the friends that you have are built up around some of those shared experiences. And with that, you might even see friends that you had before that who don't have the same life changes drift away a little bit. And not in a bad way, just we don't have as much in common. Plus, your time decreases, right? Because now you're putting attention to a relationship or to your children. And so just naturally, there's not as much time maybe for the same things you did in your 20s. And then in your 40s, you become more intentional about your relationships because you do see some significant changes, whether that's empty nest, your kids start to leave. Maybe you're taking care of aging parents. And so the demand to put your attention in certain places increases. And so you really work on the relationships you have, the friendships you have, and really have to dedicate time to continue to grow those and maintain those. So you become very intentional about that. And then in your 50s and beyond, you continue to go through some changes, which can include retirement. It might even include relocation in that process of retirement. And so with that comes some new challenges with maintaining the friendships that you have. And potentially, even as you age and maybe experience some of the physical changes, like we've talked about, mobility changes, that could also impact your ability to physically share space with friends. We're going to talk about some of the opportunities that also exist to maintain, even in those changes, continue to maintain and strengthen your friendships.